The modeling option tool allows you to modify the default settings for all the elements that you will model in the current project. As you can see here, you have the column, the beam, wall, floor, footing, door, and window. So here, if you want to specify in advance certain properties that your elements you're about to model, you can do it here, and then after you model, you can come back and change the values here. So let's say before modeling columns, you want to set the default rotation angle to 90, or you can set it to any value. Same thing for Z offset. Typically, if you're in the ground floor, you want to extend the columns to go down to where the footings elevation is. So before you model the columns for the ground floor, you can change the Z offset here. Continuous beams. So when you do stick frame modeling, as we've seen in the previous video, you can when you select the stick frame element, by default it's simply supported beams. But if you're doing, let's say, concrete, so you can check continuous beams here. So when you click on a stick frame beam element, it will create a continuous beam for the whole beam. Same thing for columns. Out of it, walls, when you model walls, if there exist like surrounding elements, columns and beams, it will automatically fit the wall between them. And this is structural wall. If you're doing walls, it will specify that these walls will be modeled as structural walls, so it's like a load-bearing walls. The set footing elevation, if you're modeling elevation footings, so you can set the elevation here. So anytime you select again a 3D stick frame column element, it will model the footing with this elevation. Again, so here you can change the values here in advance. That's before you model. That's the difference between this and the family view we've seen in a different video, that you can change all these values while you're modeling. This is before you model. It allows you to specify these values. For beams, depending on the type, so beams you can do beta angle, offsets, and the Z justification. For walls, same thing, floor, footing. For each one, it has its own parameters, and you can always, after you model, you can always come back here and change the value. And that's about it. Thank you.